Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother Clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. Hello to everybody. How is everyone today? I don't know if you caught, I had a minor incident with a very hot pan in the oven. Everything's doing a lot better. Hi, Iron Chef. Hello. Bring in the chicken emojis. I love it. I love it. Hey, Moon. Hi. Hi, hi. You're doing your nails. That's a great thing to do while watching a live stream. I love it. What color? I have like a whole gel setup here, but I have exactly one color. And that is, of course, black, because I am a 90s goth queen, apparently. So, I don't know who is interested in this, but I do know that some of you are interested in my chicken situations, but I have some really exciting chicken news. Hey, Giselle. Oh, you're doing your nails too. Hang on, I just need to move my microphone. I'm just going to mute it for a moment. There we go. That way you don't have to hear all the clunking. Flaky glitter poly gel nails. That sounds like super fancy. I love it. I love it. Dark green with an orange. Oh wow, those are like opposites on the color wheel, so that should look really, really good. I approve. I love it. So many creative people. Hey, Sig. Sweating your burn off in the mountains with no central air. Oh, because it's summer. Yeah, I'm like sitting here in many, many layers of clothing. Do you want to trade? But yes, some exciting chicken news. I'm going to show you. One moment. This right here. I have two new little silky girls. These are called Splash Silkies, which is kind of referencing their color. And this is Danny in the front and Kylie is behind. Yeah, I thought you might like to see this. They're so tiny. Their boy is going to, the coop they're going to is called Axel. And he's put all of his skill points into being a lover, not a fighter. And his hen to rooster ratio is just way off. So he gets more girls. Yeah, the color is gorgeous. She actually grumps at me. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. It's like, what is this? What is this? But yes, I wanted to share that with the class. You love chickies, but got scared of them after following a chicken page and seeing all the gross things that can happen. Yes, chickens do tend to be just a series of disasters and medical situations that you kind of need to save them from. And I was completely unprepared for the medical aspects. And since getting them, I've been reading like, you know, actual textbooks and everything to basically learning how to do it all myself, essentially. Because vets, I don't know, like the vets around here are good, but they don't really see chickens as worth treating, I think. But yeah, their heads are so cute. Okay, all right, but I just wanted to share that. Let's go to Amberlynn. I have not seen any of these videos, and I noticed that she calls them all vlogs, which is interesting, probably because nobody was actually watching her other ones. But I have learned my lesson from last time. If we do get to that like bad choices card game that she does, I will be skipping that because I don't think that goes anywhere good. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, welcome to another vlog. So I'm starting this vlog.
Whoa, that's new. What? Did she actually learn how to edit some stuff? Okay, all right.
Vlog with something super exciting. I got a new Lego. So let me explain. I have a monthly Lego budget because I'm telling you, I could spend hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars on Lego if I do not budget. So I allow myself a certain amount of money because Lego is something that I'm always doing. I'm always building something. I have not showed you guys any Lego updates because I've decided I'm only going to show completed Legos because showing you guys stuff that is like incomplete, it's not that fun to me. But I am genuinely always building something, always working on something. It is.
So we have a literal Lego budget, like a weekly budget. I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I wish she actually put this time and effort into actually doing something productive. She clearly has the call to create, so do something with it. Sig, your theory is a secret girlfriend did it for her. Girlfriend. I think you might be right. Like the merch, yep. Hey, sorry, I was just reading your username, F my dentures. I will call you dentures. Hello. Hey, Luna. Possibly, yeah, but see, the better mindsets tend to come with new girls, right? And do you know the insane thing? I don't know how many of you have like used merch stores, like I mean actually as a creator. But things like, Printify or I'm trying to think of, there's a few of them that kind of sound the same. They all have AI generators in them now. So you don't even have to know how to use Photoshop and things like that. So the fact that she is not doing that kind of thing on her own is absolutely absurd. You don't need know-how anymore. You're blushing, dentures. Hi, Amanda. I do go live. I do. I'm aiming to try and do it once a week at this point. So far, 3 weeks running. Doing well. But yeah, I also have a small inkling that there might be a girl. I haven't watched it yet, but I did notice that Salty Crab released one of the like membership summations that she does, and she said, was there a new girl announced? I didn't watch it yet though, so I don't know. But she's always got the earpiece in. She's been in a good frame of mind, and now she's got this new intro with music and things like that. My hand is okay. Thank you so much for asking. We have pretty extensively stocked medical kits, and like as soon as I hollered from the kitchen, my husband like leapt out, and we have this really amazing burn cream that you put it on. It has a numbing agent, but it helps it heal really quickly. And I'm like, what, 3 or 4 days in, and it's doing pretty well. I'm not in too much pain anymore, fortunately, but thanks for asking.
Is my passion. So there are quite a few Legos that are literally on my wish list. And this one has been on the back order for literally forever because I think everyone loves it. And I finally got it. It's really, really heavy, okay? Like I'm telling you, it's so heavy. Oh my God, it's the Disney castle. It's almost 5,000 pieces and it's so huge. Oh my God. And then I also got this one, if you guys know.
Whoops. Technical difficulties. I apologize. There we go. Oh my gosh. How much does that cost? That looks expensive because not only are we talking Lego, we're talking Disney and Nintendo. Glad to hear it's okay. Yes, medkits are handy. I actually have I have a whole chicken medkit too. What's she gonna do with this? Just give it away when she's done? Yeah, maybe. Or chuck it in the bin. You think the Lego budget thing is a wind up? Yeah, you're probably right. I think most of what she does is ultimately clickbait, but I need to know the price of these things. The castle's $400, and I take it that's US. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That's just, I can't even fathom dropping that kind of money on something like a Lego set. Because, like, think about if she took that money, she could pretty much set up any hobby she wanted to try. Or more realistically, she could probably set up like 10 different things she wanted to try that would actually be more productive for her and better for her. 570 foot. Okay, hang on. I need to do a conversion. Because that sounds like a lot of money. I feel a rant coming on. Oh my gosh. That's 877 Australian. That's insane. That there's no rant because I am speechless. That the electric scooter you're saying before is 400. Yeah. And an electric scooter is, I don't know. I mean, I get that she gets fun out of this, and you know, a scooter is transport, and ultimately this is her money to waste however she wants. I think about how far that kind of money would go in my life. I'm actually upgrading my computer system. Thanks to my viral video, I'm able to do that because the computer I'm working on at the moment, I think, is about 12 years old. It was good at the time, but it's not so good now, and it struggles a bit. But I'm looking at spending that kind of money on a new laptop, like a refurbished one. Like a whole thing, a whole setup for me. That's crazy. Yeah, the scooter will help you go places. And your anxiety is not good for driving currently. I relate to that. I spent a lot of my life not driving because of that. I'd love to say it goes away, but I think you just remain hyper vigilant. But I've never had an accident, so, you know. Jeez, I'm fully floored by that number. Surely there would be a secondhand market because, like, what if you built them, but then you deconstructed them and put them all back in the same packets that they came in to begin with? Surely you'd be able to recoup a fair amount of that money. I don't know. See, my husband really, really likes Lego. He would have many if he could, but you know, he's a grown-ass adult, and so money goes elsewhere. But he was like fully upset by the fact that I said one of these went in the bin. I hope you don't get hate for this, but you bought a $600 Harry Potter Hogwarts. You like doing the tedious things. Yes, I fully relate to the tedious things. And you took it apart step by step so you could get your money's worth and build it again. I love that, Giselle. That's awesome. But see, then that's not just a single-use item that you're going to build and give away or throw away. You're actually going to get value out of it. It's like buying a puzzle set, right? Like a jigsaw puzzle. And you can keep pulling it out and doing it over and over. Does Amberlynn earn enough from YouTube to support her lifestyle in the way she wishes to be accustomed to? I'm not sure. I'm only fairly recently monetized. So I'm not familiar enough yet to know what kind of numbers pull what. I would say she's probably earning a fairly decent living, especially considering all of the members that she has. So I would say so, but like she's not putting any of the money into investments or into bettering her life. It's all just trash that she's buying online. Aim for a PC. Yes, I am a PC girl. I'm on a PC at the moment. I have considered, I want to get a laptop because it's not always convenient for me to be at my desk. Specifically, like I would like to be able to edit videos while sitting with my chickens, for example. And I've always had PCs, but I just think for my lifestyle at the moment, I'm going to be able to produce much more video content if I have a laptop. You all have hobbies, yes. I have many hobbies. Too many hobbies. Not like she used to be, but you see 5 figures speculated quite often. Yeah, some of the reaction channels like Oh Lordy It's Geordie reckon that she's pulling some pretty good figures. He's probably in a better spot to know himself. Monetization, yeah, it's in monthly, that's right, but that's easy to budget. The only issue with how she spends money on gambling, Legos and stuff is that she says she can't afford, yes, she can't afford anything to lose weight, and that's the issue that I have too. And it's also the issue that I have with Candy as well, because I don't think that Candy is in as good of a financial position as what Amber Lynn is, but there's still a lot of money going to things that it shouldn't, and you can absolutely budget that kind of thing in. Did any of you see my budgeting rant, by the way, on Candy? I had done that rant like 3 times before I finally left it in a video. And yes, that was a big rant. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking too much. Let's watch Amber.
Me, Mario Kart, Mario Brothers, Mario Party. It's literally my jam. So this is one of Lego's actually new builds. I'm super excited to do this. I like to have a queue of Legos. Like, I have so many down here. I know people will judge me, but like, this is my passion. There's no reason to be judged. Like, it's my #1 hobby. It's therapeutic to me. It's a coping mechanism. It's fun. Like, it's just everything positive in my life, and I love it so much.
I do get that, and I do agree with that to a point. I think it could be done better is my issue. And when you're a creative person, you can really see creativity in other people. And I see a really big creative streak in Amber Lynn, but she's too terrified to actually commit to that. And my theory about why she's so into the Lego is because it's safe. It comes with instructions. It comes with a finite amount of pieces that only go in a certain order. And she's able to just be in a comfort zone with that. But when you have the call to create, it's really not going to feed it in that much of a positive way. And I absolutely, get if she's just doing this to relax and to unwind, but the sheer amount of them and the lack of diversity in her creativity is what I don't agree with. Yeah, there's so many things she could pay for to make weight loss easier, like pre-prepared meals, or like getting a little gym set up within her home, or the actual Ozempic shots or whatever. And yeah, counselors, surgery even, yeah. A queue is insane. Homegirl probably has well over 1.5k US in Lego just there. Yeah, no shade on people who love Lego, but you don't think it's normal. Yeah, Amanda, I think that's exactly what I'm trying to say too. Is I really don't have a problem with Lego in and of itself. It's how she uses it and what she does with it and how much money goes to it. The pre-designed Lego builds feel a bit like paint by numbers. Yeah, exactly. And it's also a little bit like, do you know the diamond painting that became really popular? It's these things that they do feed that repetitive, tedious thing, which I totally get. I really, really get it. But it's not challenging yourself. And I think these things are a really good starting platform to start to get familiar with being creative, but I think they're just supposed to be a stepping stone, not necessarily something that you keep doing, unless you're challenging yourself elsewhere in your life and this is supposed to be the zone out, fine. Oh, she did do the crystal paintings. Yeah. It's a keen observation. Legos are an easy commitment. Exactly, yeah. She wants step-by-step instructions for life, which is why no therapy works for her, Sig. Yes. Someone who buys Lego. But sorry, dyslexia just hit me hard. One moment. I'm processing your comment. You say he should wait for it to be on sale. Yeah, absolutely. That's far too much money to be dropping on Lego. She has no idea how privileged she is. And I think for anyone who's struggling on an economic level, it's really difficult to watch this and how entitled she can be with this kind of thing. Get that fellow dyslexic. Yeah. I find the dyslexic font, Open Dyslexia, I think it's called, to be really, really helpful, but I can't get it on the program that I'm using at the moment. So sometimes I take a moment to process. I apologize.
You guys know how everyone comes for me for wearing my cute mesh with my dress over it? Well, I've never seen Torrid do that before. I was just on the Torrid website and look at what I found. I personally wouldn't wear this type of dress with this floral, with this mesh, but oh my God, there it is right in front of my eyeballs. When I tell you my jaw was on the floor. Normally, how they show mesh is like this. I'll show you. Over something like that, which obviously I'm not going to wear it like that. It's very, very cute. But yeah, I was just shocked to see it.
So is she essentially saying that she's influencing how they market their photos online? That's pretty much what she's saying, right? Or is she saying that people shouldn't come for her? I don't really give a cluck what this woman wears. Like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I do find it a little weird that she does, like, little modeling things for us. But other than that, she grew up poor and she's gone completely bonkers with the availability of funds from YouTube. Yeah, actually, kind of my mother, too, is a lot like that. She grew up with not much, as did I, thanks to her amazing financial skills. But yeah, if she has it, she spends it immediately. I've seen a lot of people go that route. Never forget your roots. Yeah, 100%, because things can go from good to bad fairly quickly. She influenced Torrid. I bet you she is probably angling for like a sponsorship or something like that. She's saying it without saying it. Yeah, we know what she's saying.
So I have some nice, clean, filtered water from my Brita filter. So I normally drink about 30 ounces of water a day. So now this is 40 ounces. So I'm gonna start with drinking just one of these, and then eventually I want to work up to 2 of them. I'm gonna have to get used to that sink water flavor, but I'll make it through, it'll be okay.
That's still nowhere near enough. I mean, working up to it is a good thing, because if you kind of go from not much fluid intake to a lot, you can put your kidneys under strain. So you do kind of want to do a graded workup to it, but she's doing it very slowly. Also, do you not have like water cordial in America? Is that not a thing? You don't understand where she puts everything. Like I know. And then when she says that she goes through her cupboards and she's getting rid of things, I so desperately hope that she's donating those items. I hope she's not just binning them. Because I don't know, I think I've mentioned before, I like to sew, and I would deliberately go through like thrift shops to find these oversized items, because then there's so much fabric to work with, and you can like, you know, make it into anything you want. Please, what is water cordial? You don't have water cordial? We just call it cordial, but I know that you guys have something that goes in alcohol that's called cordial. I don't think it's the same thing. She doesn't like flavored water. She says it defeats the point of drinking water. Oh, Greta, now that you say that, I do remember she said that. But she'll drink those spore strings. She does say she donates the Legos, yes, but she's also said that she's thrown them out, and she's also said that she's given them away before. Sewing is fun. Hard to find the fabric you want or imagine. Yeah. Anne Boleyn is an intelligent woman. If she were able to channel, not energized to create comfortable lifestyle, she could, yeah. Yeah, so cordial is, how do I explain it? It's just a concentrated flavored liquid that you put into your drink, and then you put water in it, and it's a flavored water at that point. But like, you can have lime and orange and raspberry and peach iced tea, and I don't know, there's a whole lot of flavors. Hey Maka, hey, nice to have you here. You live where all you drink is city tap water. It's odd to see thinking tap water is gross. I'm kind of with you there, Sig. Although I'm on bore water at the moment, which is quite nice. It tastes filtered. Although I still filter it anyway, in a Brita filter like she's got there. I don't know what Crystal Light is. You have all kinds of flavored waters? Yeah. Seems like an MIO thing. What is MIO? Sorry, I'm not with it. I'm not hip. But yeah, I think cordial is a pretty common thing that we drink here, because a lot of people don't like the taste of the water. So you just put a bit of that in it, and you can get sugar-free options and everything. Yeah, so yeah, it makes flavored water. It's like Tang, I think, you know, how you would put that into water, but like it's in a liquid to begin with, not a powder. Oh, MIO is flavored water. Got it. I understand. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, so like, why doesn't she just do that if she doesn't like the taste of it? Or just go even simpler, put a little bit of cucumber in there, or a little bit of like some lemon drops. That's really nice. But no, you know, we need to do this for the video, I suppose.
I'm having is a poke bowl. So what we have in here is we have some rice, and then we have this crab mixture. We have onion, fresh jalapeno, wasabi peas, edamame, ginger, sesame seeds. It is just absolutely delightful. This is literally so delicious. All right, so I'm done eating this. This is super filling, so I never finished the whole thing.
That's because that looks like that's 4 people's worth of food. Also, fun fact, that fake crab, like the imitation crab, that stuff is very, very high in sodium, which is how they get the flavor, right? Because they're trying to mask the flavor of this synthetic thing. And that is really, really not good for Amber with her lymphedema and lipedema. You guarantee if someone gave her sealed plastic bottles, just filled it from the tap, she'd have no clue. I totally agree with you, Sig. It does look very big. It looks like a share pack to me, but yes, I wonder how many calories was in that. Definitely a lot of sodium, probably enough sodium that realistically on a health level, she wouldn't be able to have any for the rest of the day.
I do eat quite a bit of it, and it keeps me full for a long while. Okay, you guys, so Torrid was having such a good deal on underwear, so I got some. So some of my favorite underwear is like this nude, because they're very high-waisted, and I love that. And then I got also a black pair of those. And then I got these, so this is the back. And
would anybody else show their underwear on the internet? This actually makes me think that there is a new girl, and I think there's a new girl or an old girl. Or there is a girl, right? In the present day. Hey Laylin, how are you? Good to see you here. Distilled water is very inexpensive. Is it really? You use it in your oxygen machine? And it costs almost nothing. Yeah, fair enough. Hey Foof! Hello! Better late than never. Maybe, but you think it's a little exhibitionist? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that where this derives, I think Amber really wants to be, that kind of influencer that does these hauls and tries things on, and hopefully we don't get a modeling show with this, but yeah, she's kind of like, it's almost like fake it till you make it. If she pretends to be an influencer for long enough, maybe she will be an influencer. Yes. Yes. I mean, they're very pretty. I just don't know if I would be holding them up for everybody to see. But that's just me. She might be testing things out, perhaps. Yeah. Yep. What do you reckon, guys? Do you want to watch this or do you want me to skip it? Let me know.
This is the front. They're so cute. And then normally the next two pairs I'm about to show you are super expensive, but like I said, there was a whole deal happening. So here's the front of these and the back of these. They're so stinking cute. Like, oh, the front. All I can think about is I'm gonna take the cutest photos. I'm not gonna lie. And then look, you guys.
She's gonna take the cutest photos. Do we think she's taking photos for herself? Do we think that's a thing? I agree with you, Greta. I'm not super invested. How does anyone know how much these are on Torrid? I was just gonna have a little squiz. Gonna channel the major side eye. Oh wait, where's my silky video? They give heckin' side eye. We'll get them to look at Ms. Reed here. Photo comment baiting reactions. Yeah, you could be right, Sig. Yes. I just wanted to see if I could find Torrid underwear. Man, my job is weird sometimes, guys. Super weird. Some of these websites don't let me look at things because I don't have a VPN going. I'll just let it play for a moment. I need to do research.
I love black and white. And then the back. Oh my gosh. Yes. I am going to take cute photos. Not going to lie about it. And then you guys, the cutest little underwears. So these are kind of like shorts. I mean, they're not really, but they fit like very tight, shorts. And I love a dinosaur, so I had to get a pair. Like, it's so adorable. And then I did get a couple actual clothing items. I got this mesh here, which I actually showed you guys. This very mesh is what that girl's wearing in that clip with the dress. And then I got the shirt just because it's cute. It says I'm fun size. I thought that was adorable. Here's a purple tank top dress. The front has this cute tie and there's lace right here.
Oh goodness. Yes, Amanda, I just got to that price myself. Actually, some of them are even more expensive. Oh, I'm too cheap for this. I'm about to tell on myself. I think underwear really needs to be like $2 per pair. You want to order a pair just to see how much of you could fit in that? And the size of your panties always shocks you. But you can't imagine doubling them. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want them to be super tight though, do you? So I feel like you do tend to order them a little bit larger anyway. Does she have ambitions to be a plus size model? I kind of, maybe. I think so. I can't think of another reason to be doing this other than rage bait. You just get a pack, Luna. I totally agree. I'm far too cheap for this. I just think there's something that, because those cheap ones, they can still look nice and they're still just as comfortable. And, you know, for something that is I don't know, my life is very functional. And am I talking about myself too much here? But I just think that there was a pair that I just looked up that was 32 US dollars, and that's just obscene to me. Yeah, if they cost more than a few dollars, you refuse. Yes, and I've had expensive ones, I've had cheap ones. I can't tell the difference. So if functionally there's no difference, I'm not wasting my money or not giving it to a major corporation. I would rather it stay in my pocket.
Super adorable. So I love snakes and I love the color of this.
Sorry, I'm skipping.
I'm not so sure about the material. All water bottles. Update on, and I don't know, update on my sink water Brita filter shenanigans. I can't do it. So I got a couple gallon waters today instead of just having like so many little small water bottles. I'm gonna use gallon waters and then put them in here. Sink water just ultimately, it makes me gag. I don't know what it is. My body just will not let me drink it. Like I can't. Like I want to get more water in my body. I need it. Everyone does. It's already hard enough for me. So I don't want to add another layer of what's going to make it difficult. I don't know. I just can't do it. And by the way, I've always been like this about sink water, literally ever since I was like in high school. I'm sure you can find clips of me ranting about it somewhere here on YouTube.
Yeah, my husband's the same. I can drink tap water. I don't have a problem with it. My husband can't. It makes him feel very queasy. But that's why the cordial, the flavored water. He guess underwear is functional, and if it's a luxury item, you want to show it off its lingerie. I would agree, Mocha. And maybe I could justify spending more on lingerie, I think, but these seem like, for the amount that she's gotten, they seem like everyday use items. Give away the Brita. Her anxiety is telling her not to. Probably, I agree. Terminally unique. And don't you just love it how she seems to think that she's the only one that has these experiences, and none of us have these complexities to us at all, which kind of puts us all in an NPC role in her world.
All right, you guys, so I'm just air drying my hair right now, but I wanted to give an update on my Zoloft. So it's an SSRI, and I don't know what it is. Like, I probably remember maybe like 2 to 3 dreams a year. But the last few nights, I have remembered my dreams so vividly. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what it is, but that's like not a norm for me. So I just genuinely thought that that was like really weird. And I've also been sleeping a little bit more than usual. Instead of like my typical 6 hours, I'm actually getting like 8 hours of sleep now, which has been really nice. Again, could be coincidences, but it's definitely something that I want to be aware of. I also want to talk about
I do tend to think it might be a little early for her to be experiencing changes like this yet. It's only been a week. Hey, Crystal, hello. Well, good afternoon to me. Is it good evening to you? You're not a fan of tap water, you get bottled, use it. Get bottled, but use the reusable 5-gallon bottles. Yeah, nice. Greta, you saw a small channel who has contamination OCD saying they think this is more of an intrusive thought. So that is very interesting. I personally am someone that has struggled with OCD and has got it under control. So I'm living largely out of the effects of it at this point, but it is something that I have to keep in check regularly. And I agree. I don't think that it aligns with an OCD thing. I might put it as an intrusive thought more likely than OCD, but I do think it's probably more just her trying to be quirky. I don't know that these things are legitimate, but it's hard to tell because we're not in her head. But just the feeling I get from seeing the way she talks about things. I had a massive issue around, like, you know, germs and contamination and things like that, and fortunately that was all pre-pandemic. Oh, can I say pandemic? I don't know if I can say that. Better say it twice. Isn't that a side effect? For the dreams, I'm not sure if it is. Almost midnight. Gosh, up late. Don't tell Ayala that. She'll have a new diagnosis. We did have, actually, I think we've had this tap water discussion 3 times now. She keeps bringing it up. It's not my fault. You have a child on SSRIs? It is serious for such a young age, for sure. And it's not even as dramatic to us as she makes it out to be. Literally swallow the pills and move on. When it comes to her, you're an absolute pessimist. It's unfortunately very easy to be. She has absolutely worked to condition us to feel that way about her. Panini. I'll keep that in mind, Iron Chef. Zoloft worked really well for you as far as social anxiety, but then insurance switched. Isn't it funny how different ones can really react differently? I have been on an SSRI and that was really, really bad for me. And I moved to, actually, I'm not sure what it would be classed as, but it's a very old antidepressant and it sits really, really well. So long as I still exercise with it, it does well. Also, meds aren't going to kick in and make her magically stable. Yeah, you have to do the work. That's exactly right, Sig. Like, these medications, just like the weight loss medications, only work as much as you work them. And every aspect of Amber's life, sorry, I just hit that cable. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Every aspect of Amber's life, she's looking for that easy, quick fix. And very few things in life are like that. And it's a growing up thing that she needs to do to realize, well, nobody else is going to save me. It's just me. Germ thing. So you get the germ thing, Luna, and it took a long time for you to get. Yeah. Yeah, I caught you, Iron Chef. I knew what you're talking about. I like panini for it. Has anyone tried the sour candy aiding panic attacks? I've never heard of that. That's odd. Does it trick your nervous system into something? Interesting. Very interesting. So, Sig, you have experience with it. Oh, okay. I've struggled quite badly with panic attacks throughout pretty much my entire life. And if you've seen my other Amber videos, I go into a lot that you don't always have to do what your brain tells you to do, or you don't have to feel what your brain tells you to feel. And I found that as soon as I was able to get myself out of just being in whatever state my brain was telling me to be in, I found the panic attacks severely lessened. And then when they did try and happen, it's almost like you're standing outside of the panic attack looking in at it, and you go, well, there's really nothing to panic about, so I'm just going to feel bad for a bit until this goes away, and you kind of wait it out. But it takes a bit to get there, a lot of practice. Medication is an aid, not a cure, 100%. Your child loves the sour spray. How fascinating. How fascinating. I've never heard of it. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Hypothyroidism. So I want to make something very clear. I never specifically had like my thyroid tested. Like I never have gone into a doctor's appointment and they're like, okay, we're gonna draw these labs and it's to get your thyroid tested. Like I've never had like a doctor say that to me besides recently. And then when I was 15, what is this fuzz? Sorry, a little bit of fuzz there. Like obviously in my whole life, I have gotten multiple labs done since I was 15. And in my brain, my ignorant brain, my lack of knowledge brain, I always assumed that lab work like meant everything. checking for your diabetes, checking for your thyroid, I thought it was just everything, but that's actually not the case. When you get your labs done, they only draw your blood for specific things. Whatever you're seeing the doctor for, or whatever you're going into the ER for. It's not like, oh, you get everything done. So whenever in the past when I was like, oh, my thyroid's fine, it's been checked, it's because in my little dumb brain here, I genuinely assumed, oh, my thyroid's been checked in the labs. And every time my lab work came back, they never mentioned anything about my thyroid.
So my knee-jerk reaction to this was to say this is willful ignorance, because it's, as a grown-up, Amber, once again, grow up, you take responsibility for knowing these things. But at the same time, I will acknowledge she is very avoidant of going to the doctor, and it is possible that she hasn't been that often to actually know this kind of thing. But I also don't know how it's done. Maybe different doctors are different, but whenever I've had labs done, they actually run through everything in front of you, so you see it. I don't know. But tries to lead us through her delusional logic. Yes. It is ridiculous. It really is. She's full of chicken poop. Yes, that's true. She has a chart thing. I don't think we have that in Australia, or at least I've never seen it if we do. But yeah, it's all laid out there. So if you don't see thyroid, then you would theoretically think the thyroid hasn't been tested. Although, having said that, I do tend to think it would be logical for a doctor to want to test the thyroid based on the set of conditions that we have going at the moment, because you're looking for reasons why it might be, just in case it needs to have medical support. Maybe she just doesn't remember and is going off what she does and changing it because she doesn't know what to say. Is possible. Greta, she both knew that she had and had not had the thyroid check. It's true. Someone her size has had her thyroid checked many times. Yeah, Iron Chef, I totally agree. And even if you're very underweight, they do that kind of thing as well. So, you check all those hormone levels. It makes sense, and it should be a fairly basic blood test, but who knows? With Amber, it's just so difficult to be able to tell what's real and what's not. Anything at any given time could be a complete and utter lie or an exaggeration of a truth, and we wouldn't know. It's too hard to decipher.
Always assumed that it was fine. It wasn't until like the last couple of years I realized that no, like your lab work goes in stages. It's whatever your doctor thinks needs to be checked. Like there are some things that are yearly. For me, someone my size, like I like to get my A1C checked a lot because like diabetes runs in the family, etc., etc. But that's where like all the confusion comes in. So I'm sorry for being confusing. It's just I always thought that I had my thyroid checked, and turns out I don't think that was the case. But it's like the more you grow up, the more you experience, the more you learn. It's like you don't know something unless you're taught something, and I was never taught that. But this is actually the medicine I'm taking, and so far so good. But my doctor did say that he wants to pull more labs for me because he wants to figure out the underlying cause of the reason why that I have these thyroid problems. So he's actually testing to see if I have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disorder. So it's an autoimmune disorder that is like affecting the thyroid gland. So I'll be going to get those labs sometime next week.
Yeah, and that's good. I had to go through all those as well because there's a whole host of reasons why hypothyroidism can happen, and some of them are quite bad. Most of them are fairly benign and easily fixed, so that makes sense that she's having to go through those. Your anxiety skyrocketed after a full hysterectomy. That makes sense. Hormones play such a big part in your regulation of everything. Oh, we were just confused. Yes, Greta, we're just confused. It's us. We're the problem. those results stay in your My Chart for years and years. Oh, wow. So is this like a really long-term thing America has had? That's cool. We have something like that for like vaccinations and things, but not as far as I know, general testing.
But I've been taking my medicine on point. My medicine container type deal type stitch actually is very, very helpful. Hey guys, for dinner, I'm literally having PB&J, but I'm also having some milk. I like it with ice. I don't know about y'all, but it is literally so good.
Milk.
Like, I need my milk ice cold. Ice cold. Oh yeah, this is about to be so good. And then I have a lid here, a straw. Oh yeah.
If you guys could see my face right now. Oh, that made me feel a bit queasy. And the thought of like it's not the ice, but the melting ice in milk. Is that ice tap water? That's a good point, Luna. Is there a distinction if it's been frozen, it's okay? Better than how Kiwis pronounce it? Milk. Do they? I'm trying to think. I'm part Kiwi. My dad's a Kiwi, but I don't think he pronounces it like that. Although he has been in Australia for a while, and so he has this semi like bogan Aussie accent mixed with the Kiwi accent. It's very unique. He's special like that. If you stay in the same health system, right? You have multiple health systems? Whatever happened to all her Starbucks cups? Oh, she probably gave them away in that last kitchen clear out she did. Yes, dilution of the milk. Sounds gross, I agree. It's kind of it's specific to the hospital system. Oh, right. Okay. Change states or companies and you get a new My Chart. Okay, and she has moved around a bit, so maybe that's happened. She showed she made ice from the bottled water. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh dear.
Hello. My YouTube schedule. My schedule right now is no schedule at all. That's my schedule. So I had that one schedule that I just completed for 10 weeks and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. And I noticed that my most viewed videos, which means I'm listening to my audience, is vlogs.
Hey, Isabella.
And let's talk videos. My weigh-ins and my what I ate today videos were getting less views.
Aha, I called it. I knew it. That's why she's labeling them all vlogs. Totally on it. I'm on it.
So I think I'm just gonna put those inside of my vlogs. So my goal is to just vlog, and then I'm going to have a sporadic let's talk video every now and then because I enjoy filming them. You guys enjoy watching them. Plus, there's always a rumor. There is never a time when there isn't. So right now I'm just getting ready, obviously, because I'm going to glow in the dark bingo, which I'm super excited because during glow in the dark bingo, there's a DJ there. And the DJ always plays such, like, literally great music. I'm like singing along to every single song. And it's moments like that where I'm like, damn, how do I absorb so many lyrics and remember lyrics of songs that literally I have not listened to like since I was 10 years old. But I can't even remember what I did yesterday. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh man, that is so relatable. I can remember like lyrics to the Britney Spears album, the first Britney Spears album. I know all of the lyrics to, but I can't remember why I've walked in a room or even if I'm in the right room. Like, thank you for that, brain. That's very helpful. Sounds kind of cool. The Glow in the dark bingo. It does. Yeah, it sounds like a cool setup they've got there.
Yeah, they play every genre, every decade, and I like know every single song, and I'm just like, girl, how? Like, how do you do it? I don't know. I think a lot of people have that quality where we just love music so much, it just like sticks with us. So I'm gonna finish doing my makeup, then I gotta do my hair because I slept with my hair. Like, I let my hair air dry and then I slept with it in this like crazy messy bun, but I use this huge hair tie because it definitely helps keep my hair put for the most part while I'm sleeping. So I was cuddling Wasabi in his little claw. See, I have his fur on me now.
Okay, I don't think there has been a single live stream that I've done for the last 3 weeks that hasn't involved some sort of bob shot like this. And do you think we're baiting the viewers, or do we think we're baiting the new girl? Might hurt your eyes and ears though. Yeah, it might if it's really dark. The thing that I don't like the sound of with her bingo that would prevent me from going is the fact that there's a smoking section. That smell would be stuck in my nose for days after. It'd drive me mad. Hey Laurie, you're late to this one. You missed panties. Lots and lots of panties. You're tired, Leylin. Me too. Relatable. Both. She just needs attention. Yes. Mr. Pantyhole. And the promise of pictures. Yes, the new girl. Might be Tomily. Seems to like the mesh and bob shots. Yes. Yes. And apparently the panty shots too. And has to be in her ear the entire time. Most smoking sections in buildings disappeared in the mid-90s in America. Yeah, it would have been... I remember when I first started doing the clubbing scene at 18, there was still smoking in clubs, but it would have been shortly after that, so maybe mid-2000s for Australia. There's no smoking in buildings at all, and you can't smoke within certain ranges of doorways to buildings either.
His little cute claw got stuck right here. So then there was like a string, so I cut it off and now it made a hole. But thankfully, I always wear my hair, usually, like this. No one knows. No one has to know. And a part of my perfume collection, my newest
Except all
one.
of us, we all
Look how freaking adorable. This bear is so cute. Actually, I think I'm gonna wear it. So it's bubblegum. It's like a very strong bubblegum scent, but then it just becomes this really sweet scent. Oh my god, I'm literally obsessed. The bottle is everything. There's also a black one that I want to get. It's like a black bear. I forget what the scent is, but oh my gosh, so cute. So my mom just told me, she was like, GI told me I look good with a butterfly haircut. And I was like, who's GI? And she goes, wait, what did you say?
GBD.
The GBD. And I was like, what is a GBD? And I was like, do you mean Chat GBT?
Yeah.
So my mom asked ChatGPT.
I showed him a picture of me at bingo.
Yeah, so my mom showed ChatGPT a picture of her of while she was at bingo, and ChatGPT said you'd look good with a butterfly haircut.
The haircut would make me look younger and my hair not look thinner.
Okay, but your hair's so pretty.
But I need a style. I'm grown.
Right.
I'm tired.
You're tired of your hair?
Okay, where are my cheap nuggets at? Does anybody cut their own hair because they can't stand the thought of going to salons? Or am I calling myself out here and I'm completely alone? I really don't enjoy, aside from it being a very expensive experience, I don't enjoy the experience of going to a salon. It's horrible for me. You're glad you missed that? Yes, Laurie, I think you might be glad you missed that. Making smoking illegal was the most amazing health effort. Yeah, for sure. Hope you can pull it off again with PFAS. I am unfamiliar with that acronym. It's actually quite unusual to see smokers around these days. Yeah, same. It is so expensive. It's crazy expensive. You cut your own hair, Greta. Iron Chef, you cut your own hair? Nice, nice. Luna. It counts. It counts if your aunt does it. At least you know her, so you're comfortable. She should ask ChatGPT to make a personalized weight loss plan. Yes. I've seen a couple of people do it on YouTube. I have used an AI as a personal trainer to create like workout routines or circuits for me. It's really good. It's fun. It keeps things a lot more fresh than I would keep them for myself. You only get it done if it's a special occasion. Yeah, you could never cut your own hair. You only get a haircut every 3 to 4 years though. Okay, I can accept that. That's cool. Although to be fair, I only cut my hair maybe once a year. PFAS is like carcinogens in chemicals. Oh right, yeah. Yes. That would be good to see. A horrifying new one. Also, like Roundup usage in farms. Question, what does ChatGPT mean? ChatGPT is just an AI model. It was the first one to go really popular. Look up unicorn cut if you want to give it a try. Yep, I do the wolf cut, and I really like it because my hair has a bit of a wave to it, and so it kind of always just sits right. It's great, and it's so easy. Yes, Roundup is awful. Did you know they found it in Bob milk? Like traces of it in Bob milk? Crazy. Milk, I should say milk.
So it's glow in the dark bingo. We had no glow in the dark. Oh yeah, wait. My mom wants me to show you guys. It's the shirt that I got her, and she said she loves it.
Yeah. 6, including B6. 6 is 8, 7.
Yeah, your nails are glowing.
I'm not gonna lie, that does look a bit fun. Like, that's a vibe, right? You like to color your own hair when you're tired of the natural brunette. Yes, you went red this time and took 3 boxes of red due to the length. Yeah, the boxes never have enough. If you have any sort of thickness or length to your hair, I am really waiting for Brad Mondo's products to hit Australia. He's not selling them here yet, and I would really like to have a, semi kind of permanent color of his. See, I will spend money on things that actually have value. Just saying. Chapel Road. That would hurt your eyes and ears. It is loud, but no, it looks kind of fun. It looks fun.
Someone messaged me on Instagram, like directing me to another Instagram, but I have that Instagram blocked, so I wasn't able to see it. So I replied and I let them know that. So I was like, can you just send me a screenshot? Because like, what is it that you want to show me? They sent me this picture. This is me being recognized. And I guess the person who posted this on Instagram was like, she tells us all the time that she's recognized. Why didn't she tell us this time? 9 times out of 10, I don't. If it wasn't for me receiving this message today, I probably wouldn't tell you guys. I was recognized last night at Glow Bingo 3 separate times.
This is a response to Geordie, right? Because he's always saying that he never sees the pictures. And here's the thing though, this is why she shouldn't be acknowledging things like this. Because in the day and age that we live in with technology, you don't even have to have the know-how of how to do photo editing like you did maybe 3 years ago. And so we can't trust anything we see. We definitely can't trust anything that comes out of Amber's mouth because of the history she's given us. So why bother acknowledging it when people can just turn around and say, oh, that's AI. And it could very well be AI. We wouldn't know. So don't bring it up. It's just feeding the negativity circle that she's caught in. Brad Mondo, yeah, he has some nice ones. you haven't used them yet, let me know if you do. That bun is out of this world. You like to spend your money on really high quality food and then you're frugal on everything else. Yeah. You gotta have your moments, right? But frugal should be the general state of things in my mind. That way you have it to spend on things that do matter to you. People probably go to Glow Bingo just to see her. Honestly, if I lived in the same city, I might do it once. It's a bit of a trip for me though. I might pass this time.
All three wanted a photo, but the third lady, she was like, can I get your autograph? I did such chicken scratch, so if you see this, I'm sorry. It was right while everyone was leaving, and like there was so many people, and like I just did it really quickly, but it was so great meeting all three of you. But no, I very rarely share when I'm recognized, and the only reason why, like in front of Denny's, when you guys saw my mom talking about how I was recognized there twice in a row, it's because she mentioned it. Like, she brought it up. We went to eat here. Thanks for taking me to the hospital twice. It's been a mess.
Yeah, long hours there. We were there from like 4 p.m. to like...
What time is it right now?
midnight.
Yeah.
At the ER. Yeah.
Midnight. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
But
the 2 people recognized you in there.
oh yeah. And Denny's. Yeah, I get recognized a lot. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I think it's because, like...
Why don't they believe you?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
Because I can't go anywhere with you without somebody recognizing you.
Yeah, I think it's like because of the YouTube and because of the TikTok, so it makes it like a double whammy. I don't know. I would have never even mentioned it at all. And the few times that I do, it's usually because like we'll take a photo and the person's like, you should mention that you saw me, so when I see your video I can comment, blah 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 blah. So I like to do that. People actually say, can you shout me out? But there are so many haters, I'm like terrified of doing that. So I know I talked a bit.
I do think that's valid. I would be very careful to be naming anybody. You know, after this community found Erica just based on a first name, I would be very hesitant to be calling anybody out. But I really don't believe she's recognized that often. You know, she's only got a couple of 100,000 on YouTube, right? It's not like she's a major celebrity, is my point here. More recycled content. Yes, we've got to get that time for the ads.
About it in the beginning of my vlog, but there's no more schedule, no more weekly schedule, no more weekly vlogs, weigh-ins, this and that. So that means the end of this vlog is probably more than likely not gonna have an oracle reading. My oracle cards are still here and they love you guys so much.
I've got to count them. So there's like, is that one under her hand? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. That's too many. Yeah, Luna, 100%. The internet can be a scary place. No, I won't make you sit through the oracle reading anyway, Greta, don't worry. Definitely a collector, yeah.
We have been through some stuff in the last 10 weeks. Like, I love doing oracle readings with you guys, and I promise it's not going to be the end of them. It's just I don't want to do it in every single vlog because I only like reading oracle for myself like once a week. And more than likely there's going to be more than one vlog per week since that is what you guys love to see, and I really want to give you guys what you love to see. And it's so crazy. I genuinely thought it was weigh-in videos, but you guys don't love seeing those as much as you used to. So we're switching it up, and yeah, but don't worry, we will still do readings, and maybe I can do readings for some of you. So it's definitely something to think about. So I know.
Yeah. Super fun. So here's the thing. I actually had never heard it called an oracle reading before hearing Amberlynn describe it like that. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Just had to mute my microphone. On my mother's side, there is a very long-standing tradition that the mother teaches the oldest daughter how to read tarot cards. And in that line, everybody only had one set each. And it is a weird concept to do a reading for yourself, because you know yourself, you know your life, regardless of what the cards are saying. You can override, you know, the quote unquote feeling that you get from them, or the interpretation that you get, with knowledge of yourself. And that's why it's really hard to read people that you know as well. And it's odd. It is a little bit odd. You thought you had too many having two? Yeah, no, I think two is reasonable. You would never give readings to random people over the internet unless they got in touch with you privately. Interesting. Do you have just out of curiosity, I don't disagree with you, but I wonder why. What is your motivation for that? Oracle is different from tarot. Gotcha. They're almost more like affirmations. Oh, okay, all right. You don't know if she's using the term interchangeably, though. Yeah, I wouldn't know either. I really wouldn't, but thank you for that clarification. I'd never heard of it.
I know I've done this like so many different times while being here on YouTube, but I figured it could be fun to do it again. Comments of the day / comment of the day. We'll see if you guys like it this round. We'll see how I feel doing it. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the random comment generator that I used in my Let's Talk video, and I'm going to be choosing random comments from the last vlog that I uploaded from the point of me filming.
Ugh, no, this is trash anyway. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, this has recycled content too.
If I look kind of like a mess, I am. If you hear that siren, that's currently what's happening right now. Tornado warnings. It's been going on for like the last hour. I am watching the live news. I keep going to the lobby because that's what they request us to do when this happens. I take my fur babies with me. We go out there until the siren stops. But this is like the 4th siren, and not many people are going in the lobby. And honestly, I feel like the lobby has a lot of windows, and I feel like my apartment's probably more safe. I have like wiped off some of my makeup. I get really anxious during tornado warnings, but I'm watching the live weather. I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'll give you guys an update. I'm scared. Okay, you guys.
Yeah, I would be scared too. I would worry about the mobility factor and being able to get myself and the little souls that I'm responsible for into a safe place in a quick manner. I think that's a very scary situation. Hey, Babylon. You are new. I have not seen you here before, I don't think. Hello, welcome. She's definitely using the terms interchangeably. Yeah, and it drives you crazy. There you go. And the oracle text she uses is so tacky. No worries, Maka. Thanks so much for coming in. I will be continuing to stream regularly, so don't worry. It's Sunday for me at the moment, but it should be one of those 2 days that I stream. See ya, sleep well.
I think we're good from the tornadoes. If anyone was affected, my heart goes out to you because I know how scary it is. Like, I get so much anxiety when like a tornado type of weather happens, warnings, watches. I literally cannot sit still. I'm in the lobby, I'm walking down the hallway, I'm going back to my apartment, I'm back in the lobby, then I'm in the clubhouse, then I'm back in the elevator, going back up, going back down. I'm literally just like everywhere, cannot sit still. Obviously, me and my mom checked up on each other, and I made a joke and I was like, it looks like Zoloft isn't working, because I'm taking the Zoloft for anxiety, depression, stabilize my mood a little bit, etc., etc. But I've only been on it for 2 weeks. It's not going to work in that way. So the side effects like drowsiness or energy, vivid dreams, those type of symptoms can happen like literally just within a couple days of taking Zoloft. But like the actual therapeutic side effects, the reason why you're taking Zoloft, those don't start happening until like 5 to 6 weeks. But anyways, we're good over here. Twinkie and Wasabi were super scared, but they're good too. So, change of topic. Time for a little Amazon haul. So something
No. We will not be doing hauls. We don't need to see this trash. You actually wondered how she was evacuating with 2 cats and a dog and herself. Well, geez, it's not 2 cats anymore, is it? The other times this happened, it must be very difficult. Yeah, and like she's got to put them in the pet carriers. And are the pet carriers out and ready to go at all times, or does she have to locate those in her piles of stuff? It's just, yeah, I like no jokes and no fat shaming or anything. This is a very real and present danger that she puts herself and the ones she's responsible for in. Shih Tzu Lin. Yeah. Okay, Laurie. So it's a lot of trust if you're in a group and you chat a lot. Yes, but if they really need guidance or just clarity, yeah, if they need clarity or guidance, that makes sense. You feel sorry for the pets in those situations. I get furious. There's nothing that drives me faster to rage than mistreatment of animals, and it's negligence at best in this situation and could be very, very dangerous for everybody involved.
I recommend are these wild protein chips. They're literally chicken chips. They're so good. So this is the Himalayan pink salt. The only flavor that I've had is the salt and vinegar. So freaking good. So that box comes with 8 bags that look like this. And this bag has 14 protein. And literally it's antibiotic-free chicken. These are delicious. And they're always sold out like at stores. So I had to get mine from Amazon. So I did not have a toaster. So I got one. The brand is Bella. It's super cute, small, dainty. This is actually the same brand as my air fryer, which I love.
Because everything has to be matching. How much do you think that toast is worth? And do you think it's one of those fancy ones that beeps at you and raises the toast up from, you know, the pits of where it gets toasted? Don't watch Foodie Beauty? Yeah, Iron Chef. While I don't cover Foodie Beauty, of course, I do watch reaction channels that cover her. She's next on my list, actually, to cover when I have time to add somebody else. But that woman reminds me so much of my mother. Like, it's uncanny, minus the hijab. Like, you'll read for fellow writers in writing groups or in acting groups. Right. Because you kind of know them other than that. Yeah, right. So no strangers in that sense. It only fits one. I don't know. I think it might fit 2 side by side. She is horrible with pets. That whole situation is it actually, because I binge watched a couple of Oh Lordy It's Geordie streams that covered it, and it actually put me in a really, really negative headspace. I had to turn it off. I did not enjoy that. He did do a good job of it though, but it was rough.
So I hand wash all my dishes. I do not use the dishwasher. I think since I've lived here, I think I've opened the dishwasher like 1 time. And I'm kind of over the way that I dry my dishes. Like, we've gone in stages, okay? When I first moved here, I used to just dry them on a paper towel. And then I elevated up to a towel, like a kitchen towel. And then I went even further and I got an actual like drying dish mat, but I'm over it. So we are now elevating it again. It comes with this guy, this thingy majigger. So I like this because there's actually an area to put like my plates and stuff before like.
I was hydrating back here while my microphone was muted, and Babylon, you nearly made me do a spit take all over my microphone. Paper plates do not in fact go in the dishwasher. Or like the plastic containers that all her food comes in. I don't know if she's scared of the dishwasher. I think the thing is, even though Amber Lynn does not talk a lot about being wrapped up in fears, I think she is very equally wrapped up in fears as what somebody like Eugenia is. I think her life is run by them. And I think she's terrified to try new things in that way, because whether she's terrified of failing or whether she's terrified of actually becoming responsible and being able to do things, you know, that's also possible. I think she's, avoidant of things, to keep herself in her comfort zone. I'm actually surprised, though, that she doesn't have a contamination issue around dishcloths or letting them air dry. Just saying. It's giving I don't use the trash belly. Her kitchen is for show. Yep. You don't think she understands how a dishwasher works or even what it is. Yeah, I think you're right, Laurie. I think she might know it as another cabinet, like somewhere to store the other odds and ends in. Probably hard to bend down to a dishwasher, quite possibly. I think her mobility and pain levels are far greater than she shares, as much as she overdoes it with the other health stuff. I think you're exactly right, Greta, and I think she always seems to talk about, you know, how the fears she talks about are always the either made up or not very serious fears, but then she won't speak about the actual fears that should be there, like regarding her future. And I think it's the same with the health stuff. She'll talk about the trivial stuff, but she won't talk about the really, really serious stuff. And I have no doubt that this woman is in pain every single day, every single minute of her existence, because the body is just not designed to do this. And I think that because it's kind of like a gradual gain, there would be a certain point to the pain being normalized to a degree, but it would be hard to move. Everything would be difficult. Even tiny things that we take for granted, like, you know, putting away groceries or stacking a dishwasher, you know, these things would be painful for sure.
Like, I didn't have all that. So I'll show you like a before and after when I set this up. So last but not least, I have opened the box, but I haven't actually opened like the actual package here. So I got one of these skull pandas. I thought they were so adorable. So you can get one of the 6. Personally, for me, I want either Wanderer's Tune or Partita. Like, so cute. Wanderer's Tune is this one. Partita is this one. So let's open it together. Moment of truth. Oh my god, wait, she's so cute. I literally want every single one. So I got Rock On. Look how adorable she is. I want to collect all 6 of them so bad. Look how freaking cute. So you can use it as a keychain. I'm genuinely obsessed, and it's such good quality.
I'm so sorry. I forgot that I was going to skip the Amazon haul, and I'm sitting here watching this thinking, what is this? What are we doing? I'm skipping. Is this still it? She's still talking about that freaking thing.
I've had it on this side for a while, but I'm ready to have it on this side. So I'm going to put it over here. But I am going to get rid of this. This is actually my mom's Tupperware because her fiance made dinner and they gave me some. It was potatoes, cabbage, and corned beef. It was super delicious. So I had some of that. So I washed this. I'm going to give it to her next time I see her. Put this away in here. I usually have this like super organized, but for some reason this is down there. Like, I have all of my glass Tupperware perfectly organized, and then this container for the lids. All right, so there it is, but we have to test it first. It low-key just seems like, I don't know if a big plate is gonna hold up very well. So here's a smaller one. Oh my God, does it even fit? Yes, okay. But then here is the bigger guy of it. Oh, okay. I have to like press down a little bit for it to be super sturdy. I guess it makes sense. So I genuinely think this is better than what I usually do, which is just this. All right, have fun drying.
Oh goodness. Okay, so one thing I will say is that there is a significant amount of arrested development circling around Amberlynn, and I think we can all agree that she's largely operating somewhere within the mid to late teen kind of area. And I think there has been a tiny bit of development in the last year or so around this kind of thing. I do believe from that perspective this kind of thing would genuinely be groundbreaking for her, because you start to work out how life works and how you're supposed to adult. And she's filming everything, which is really, really cringe. I fortunately got to go through it in private where it should be. But I do think there's an element of truth here, unfortunately. And it's just one of those things that we watch going, oh my gosh, it's so bad. Going to have to dry them on the other side, riveting. Yeah. It is weird that she's drying it over the bench, not over the sink, though. That's odd. Don't panic, everyone, it fits. At one point, you reached about 200 pounds and you're barely 5 foot, and even that was painful in so many ways, constantly, especially joints. Yeah. You can't imagine being at her weight and not acknowledging the constant pain. I think that's really on point, Laurie. You really do feel it in your joints first, and the older you get, the worse it gets. You were honestly wondering if some of the slots were bigger for big plates. But she uses paper plates. Yep.
Genuinely don't even want to talk about this, but for transparency reasons, I feel like I have to, because it's the right thing to do. As you guys know, I have been weighing myself and doing weigh-in videos for you guys, but also simultaneously, I have been feeling anxiety about my health, and I've been vocal with that, and I haven't been saying why. So with the weigh-ins, I've been like staying the same, but within the 10 weigh-ins that I did do during those last 10 weeks, in total, I was down like 7 pounds. But then simultaneously, I'm over here like, I feel like my breathing isn't as good anymore. I feel super swollen every day. I feel more like it's hard for me to do daily activities. And it was making my anxiety so bad. So that's why I was like, what is going on with my health? Because over here, my scale is saying that I'm not gaining weight, but simultaneously, my body genuinely feels like it is.
Okay, she said it 3 times. We're not going to let it slide. Between her and Eugenia, the arrested development combined could reach early 20s, maybe? Do you mean, Laurie, do you mean that they are in their early 20s mentally? Or do you think that's the potential they could reach? You haven't been doing weigh-ins, no. Oh, good night, Sig. Thanks for coming in. I hope you sleep well. Thank you so much. She's trying so hard to make... I can't even remember how she said it now. It's so... Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to try. The potential to. I think having been through it myself, and I was every bit as bad as these girls, I promise you that probably into my mid-20s is when I started to break out of it. And between 26 and now looking down the barrel of 40, I've managed to, I think, get to my age and maybe, a little bit even better than that. So I think the potential to grow is unrestrained, but it takes so much effort. It's such a long journey, and it's very uncomfortable and very embarrassing at times. And the problem is, when I look at these 2 women, I don't know if they have the fire that it takes to be able to do it, or to have the reason to change. And it's easy to look at it and go, well, the reason is clear because a game over is on the table, but for some people that's not enough.
So when I went to the doctor, they did weigh me. It was completely different than what was on my scale here at home. That happens. I didn't think anything of it at the time. It was kind of shocking to see. I didn't mention this in my video because I think I was like lying to myself. I was telling myself that their scale's broken, but mine's not. But then 4 days ago, I stepped on the scale and it said I weighed 350. And that was when I like flashed back and I was like, wait a minute, is my scale broke? I was like, something's off.
So when Amber speaks like this, the tone that she's using, the way she's enunciating her words, and the way that she's using her hands to talk, I believe that this is when she's lying. I don't know what she's lying about though, Because is it that she broke the scales and now she needs new ones? Or is it that she knew full well that they'd been broken for a while and she'd been lying about the weigh-in? Something's off here, though. I just don't know what it is. I'm doing better than you. You're maybe in your early to mid-20s regarding your arrested development, and you're 35. Hey, that's some good work, though, because a lot of people really get stuck in those teenage years. So it sounds like you're doing some good work. It just takes time. It really does. And if it makes you feel any better, when I was 35, I think I did a really big jump in mental age between 35 and 40. And so you're probably not you're on a similar curve to what I was. The excessive details, yes. Crystal. Emojis, I love it. She's way over explaining, and she tends to do that when she lies. You're in your 20s and you've only been doing this a year and you're focused on mental independence. It's great. Wow, I had no idea that there were so many of you that were struggling with that. I suppose that's why you're attracted to my channel, though. That makes sense, because that's my thing. But no, it's great to see that you've acknowledged it, and that's really the biggest part of it, is to realize that there's something wrong, that you're not where potentially everybody else is at that point in time, and that you've been handicapped in life and you need to do a bit of catching up, and that's okay.
Berlin, it's time to just like genuinely be honest with yourself. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a gallon of water on the scale, because literally you know exactly how much a gallon of water weighs. It kept saying it only weighed a pound. And I'm like, that's not how much a gallon of water weighs. It doesn't weigh a pound. Like everyone knows, a gallon of water is about 8 pounds. So then I decided to change the batteries, because I was like, okay, maybe it's just the batteries. So long story short, I think that the doctor's scale was actually right. I don't know. My scale is broke. I did drop it a few months ago. I didn't think anything of it. I was sweeping the floor. I had it on the corner of the sink. It fell. I genuinely thought it still worked, but switching the batteries out only made it more like hectoconic. I don't know. I'm really upset. I ordered a new scale and it's
Okay, so dialing in, I think maybe she hit the limit on her current scales and needed to get a bigger one. That's what I'm going to go with, that I think the truth is, because none of this sounds right. None of it at all. Everything you just mentioned is your body screaming for help. That's so true. She doesn't want to. Yes, Luna, that's pretty much what I'm saying as well. And of course she wouldn't necessarily want to admit that, because that gives her Hater Nation stuff to latch onto. They don't really need any excuse to do that. 30s were really rough for you. 40 this year was scary, but embarrassing your mature changes. Oh, that's a song. I don't know. What song is that? I can't place it. Yeah, my 30s, well, I've described them as the best decade of my life. I'm delighted with how my 30s went, because I literally went from not very functional at 30 to I think I'm doing pretty okay at 40. So I'm excited to see what my 40s have to bring. It just sounds so old though, doesn't it? Sounds so grown up. I wonder if she does all this when she's not talking to her audience and she's just, well, I actually do think that a fair amount of the lies that she tells us, she actually does believe herself. So yes, I think it could happen behind the camera. Oh, embracing. Gotcha. Hang on. Embracing your mature changes. Yes. Good. Hey, Kate. Hello. Kate is late. That rhymes. No, you're good. We're halfway through the second one. There's 3. Didn't miss much. Excuse me, Laurie. I think I've been shooting out gems here for my nuggets. No, I know what you mean. It's all good. You missed panties. 40s is still young, in your opinion. I agree, Luna. I agree. I don't, I think you are as old as you decide to feel.
It's gonna be here in a couple days and I'm not looking forward to it at all. Like, I should have listened to my body more, because my body was telling me, Amberlyn, you're gaining weight, while I had a broken scale telling me, oh girl, no, you're actually this size. Like, I don't know. I just feel really upset about it. All right, you guys. So today is Tuesday, so I have my live stream. So I'm actually about to go live. I have 6 minutes. So I'm gonna get it ready now. Sometimes I have this annoying glitch where it won't let me use my camera or my microphone.
I wonder if she gets nervous before going live. It doesn't seem like it, but I do wonder. Did anybody catch this live? Like I say, I haven't watched the summary yet, so I don't know what happened in this one. I am behind in my viewing.
But all I usually have to do is delete one of my tabs. I don't know. So I have a lot of tabs open because I watch a lot of different like YouTube videos, but I can only handle like a few minutes, actually a couple minutes at a time. It's hard for me to just like sit and watch something. I think I'm gonna title this one Tornadoes, because that is literally what I've been experiencing today. Actually, I'm gonna title this one Tornado Warning, because I've had multiple of those today. And sometimes when the weather's really bad, like super windy, etc., the internet gets so wonky, and it's annoying because I pay a lot for my internet and I have no other like internet options. I have like the best one.
Honestly, that sounds like Australia. You can't imagine she'll admit to being over 550 pounds. No, I think Amber has a line in her head where she will not admit to being over 600 pounds. There's something about that and being bedridden that seems to be her line of what's unacceptable, which is quite far in that direction, I think, for most of us. But yeah, she admit that would require acknowledgement. Very valid. And Crystal, I think that is exactly the key to life. Like acknowledging what you're working with, whether it's physically or mentally, and you just learn to adapt to that scenario. And that's the whole point. And that's, I think, where I get frustrated with Amber and the way that she talks about her mental health and the way that she uses it as an excuse. We all have these things, maybe not exactly these things, but we all have things that we need to acknowledge and just go, oh, okay, well, I just need to work this way in order to work in, you know, as a functioning member of society. And I just need to work like this. And you get to learn that as you learn about yourself and about your brain and about your body. And this is not something that she does. Never mind your audience paying to watch your wonky internet streams. And I noticed too that she frequently does multiple streams, like she'll close one and then open another one. And I really think, like that stream that she went on where she was really unwell, I think she's just trying to make things seem difficult so that the people will say, oh, don't worry about the stream. You just, you know, go do you and we'll catch you next time. But nobody ever says that. So she never gets the permission to do it. Hard to admit and to start working on. Yeah, it takes time and effort and dedication for sure.
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. When the internet messes up, I literally just restart the live. It doesn't seem like it bothers people. All right, I have it set and ready to go. Okay, I have 2 minutes before my live starts, but immediately someone is like, please address the black folding chair situation type deal by the door. And I was like sitting here like, what? And then I looked over and I'm like, oh, that folding chair I have had for literally ever. I've never used it since I've been in this apartment. It's just a random folding chair, but I have it sitting there because it used to be in my closet, but I want my mom to come pick it up because I have a few boxes for her. So I'm gonna let her have the chair. So that's the reason why it's sitting there. That is such a random thing. Like, I feel like people genuinely make a mountain out of a molehill, or literally a mountain out of something like that's literally this small. It's literally just a folding chair that's sitting against my wall for my mom. How weird. All right, you guys, so I've been sitting here editing my vlog. I actually finished my live stream about an hour ago. It went really good. I feel like live streams have been just really great lately, and I appreciate it so much. It was like, I don't know if it was a troll or what, but they sent me like $70 in super chat and then like called me a cow. But a couple weeks ago, they were hitting on me so hardcore. Like they were just thinking I was the person who hung the moon. So that
Why would you acknowledge this person in a video? That is, although I suppose she might want that because then if they keep giving her super chats, it's just money, right? But generally speaking, I don't know that I would give that kind of person a platform or attention in that way. You think they were just curious? Yeah, people get curious about your life. Yeah. But also, folding chairs do tend to have weight maximums on it, so it might be what they're thinking. Why is it there? But yeah, she's making the mountain out of a molehill. Oh, Greta, sorry, you just said that. I stole your comment. I apologize.
was some entertainment. And also I talked a little bit more about foster care and told a story time or two about it. I don't know. I feel like I really love my live streams, like genuinely. And I want everyone to be a part of my members' live streams. Like there's a whole community of people and I look forward to speaking to you guys every single week. I'm like, I wonder how so-and-so is doing. I wonder how so-and-so is doing. Like, it's just so fun to me. Anyways, I'm gonna keep editing this vlog. All right, so I just had to get out my printer. My apartment is so itty bitty. I have nowhere to like have it set up, so I have to have it put away at all times. So when I need to print out something, I have to like get it out. It's this whole thing. But I had to print out some paperwork because I'm actually about to get labs done tomorrow. My doctor actually is checking me for an autoimmune disorder, which is called Hashimoto's, I'm pretty sure. So it's an autoimmune disorder that like attacks your thyroid. So he wants to find out like the underlying reason for the reason why I have hypothyroidism. So I had to print out my lab requests for that. So when I was showing weekly Lego updates, it seemed like people were hating it. Sometimes it does take me longer to do a Lego and sometimes it takes me like 2 seconds. Sometimes I'll do multiple Legos in a week and sometimes I'll do one Lego every couple of months.
I don't think it's the showing the Lego. I think it's the way she does it. Because I almost think it would be more interesting if she was constructing it on live stream, like while chatting to her audience. And if she had a camera on her face and she had a camera, you know, looking down at the Lego, that would be more interesting. It's just the way she does it. It's like, and here's another Lego. This is what I've been doing. And it's dull. Is there really a clip of that same chair in Erica Ricky's flat in front of the cooker that she would sit on? Wow, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, hello, Smorak, by the way. I'm trying to learn everybody's names, but you're new here. Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Editing the vlog. So did she just learn editing then? Interestingly enough, Luna, there's actually more editing skills in her very early vlogs that I've been editing for the video that I'm gonna, chapter 2 that I've been working on for months because it's a lot. There's more editing in that. There's like music and there's transitions and she unlearned editing. Her mood seems so much better here than it has been for a few weeks. Yes, I am also sus, Greta. I agree. I think there's a reason for this, and I don't think it's the SSRIs.
But I'm always working on it. Meaning some days I'll build for hours, other days just for a couple of minutes. And I'm in that couple of minutes era because I do have like so many different hobbies and things that I'm doing every day. But I heard people loud and clear.
Like what? So many different hobbies and so many things I'm doing throughout the day. Like what? What are your other hobbies? I want to know.
Here, you guys want to watch the progression of my builds, so I'm going to show them to you guys. So if you guys remember, these are the last 2 that I did and I showed you. Now I'm working on the straightest about myself. But a lot of things can happen at once. You can have fun, you can feel sexy, all while trying to be proactive and becoming a healthier version of yourself. Like you only live once. Just because you're trying to be healthier or you're not the societal norm of like what's attractive doesn't mean that you cannot feel that way. There's a song that I've been obsessed with personally, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna post a TikTok. So you guys should definitely go over there, give it a look-see if you want to. But yeah, it's just fun being carefree sometimes. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna put my clothing back on. Guys, now that I have decided against the sink water, excuse me, tap water, it comes from the literal kitchen sink. Like I understand it's a faucet.
Why are we still speaking about this? This is like every single vlog for the last 3 weeks. We're talking about tap water in some way, shape, or form. They said she'd sit on it to cook. Yep. I mean, that's understandable. I do think standing for extended periods of time in this condition would be challenging. Inspiration Lynn over here. Yes, she did say that, Laurie.
I understand it's tap water, but it's coming from a sink. So to me, it's sink water. But ever since, I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to be drinking my gallons of water, which I do. I just buy gallons of water and I put some ice in here. And it has been like the easiest, breeziest water consumption I've ever had in my life. Like I genuinely every single day look forward to waking up, cleaning this, refilling it. By the way, please clean it. Someone sent me a video of someone not cleaning out this part right here. And they ended up like going to the hospital because they didn't take it out because there was like mold in there. You guys, remember to clean your cups.
Okay, so this is going to be the next reason why she's not drinking water out of it, because she has a contamination fear that now she's going to be consuming malt in her water, even though she has a dishwasher and it could just go in there and everything would be killed. Maybe she did just, maybe, Laurie.
I have too much of like anxieties about things getting bacteria'd. So things like that are very easy for me to remember. I clean this every single day. So alongside vlogs, I'm still going to be filming Let's Talk videos. Vlogs and Let's Talk videos get the most views. I want to give you guys what you want. I love vlogging. I love being interviewed by you guys, answering your guys' questions, rumors, whatever it may be. I'm still going to have weigh-ins, what I ate today's within my vlogs, whenever my scale comes, which I'm really nervous for because it's a mixture of like, okay, I know my scale's broken, but like, is the doctor's also maybe off because I am so much bigger and sometimes doctor's office don't have scales that like work really well with my type of size, like that has happened in the past. So I feel like my weight is just like really unknown at this moment. Or was my scale actually working during?
I just put something together. So for the past few weigh-ins that she's been doing, we haven't been listening to the scales talk. So that might run with my theory that she was lying about something. And is it that the scales haven't been working for weeks, really, and or she's been maxing them out for weeks and maybe hoping to get back under it? And that's why we haven't been hearing it talk. Tell us the doctor's office weight. Yeah, right? And it would be logical to be able to rely on that because theoretically they will be calibrating them regularly. I don't know what her doctor's office has as a setup, but, you know, it's possible.
All those weigh-in times and it just recently broke. I don't know, like none of it makes sense to me. But if you guys want to send me a voice memo, you still can do that by going to my Instagram at hectic.ambi. Send me a microphone emoji. I will send you a smiley face back so then you can send me a voice message asking whatever you like. So I want to do one card oracle. I'm going to be doing Shine from the Inside. I really like how positive these oracle cards are.
Okay, no. You used to not get why people cared if she lied about her weight, but now you're right with it. Yes. I mean, it's so hard to tell. I feel like I always say that, but who knows what she's lying about, what she's not. That's why I really, really like to focus on the behavioral elements of these people and these women, because I think that although they are really, really, really extreme examples of what society has to offer, there are these little things that we can relate to as part of their lives, and they carry really solid lessons. She's perfect. She's perfected the art of frustrating strangers. Yes, she has, and I think she learned it fairly early on too. A lot of these sorts of behaviors are in the first year of her YouTube career. So I think she kind of, like, I don't know that I would call her a very intelligent individual, but I think she was able to hone in really quickly on what got views and what didn't, and, you know, how to rile people up and things like that. Maybe it's natural for her, but she did seem to, catch on to it fairly quickly. Now, my nuggets. There is one more vlog. I'm going to skip the oracle of this, but I do have to go do some care for my sick chicken very shortly. So what I'm thinking, if we stop here, I might do a really, really quick little stream tomorrow and just finish off that last vlog, because I cannot miss the care time for my chicken. I hope you understand. But no, thank you so much for everyone for coming in today. I really appreciate it. There's so much chatting and it's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, she's a natural manipulator, absolutely. Yeah, she's thanks, Luna. She's doing okay. It's just a really, really slow process, so I'll be pretty much doing this for weeks with her. Yeah, it's Miss Pink too. She's such a special girl. She always waits for me in the evenings so that I will pick her up, give her a scoop and a cuddle, and then put her to bed. She won't go to bed without it. She's a very sweet girl. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm guessing it's pretty much getting fairly late for you guys anyway, so I will definitely catch you tomorrow, and we'll finish this one off. So that's all the clucks I have left to give today. Stay golden, my little nuggets, and I'll catch you next time.